What if true rest doesn't come from closing your eyes, but from releasing the mind that refuses to rest? Tonight, as you prepare to sleep, I invite you to a quiet revolution, not of doing, but of allowing. In the silence between thoughts, in the soft rhythm of your breath, lies a wisdom older than the moonlight resting on your pillow. The wisdom of the Buddha's way. This is not a journey toward enlightenment in the distant mountains. It is a return to the calm within you, a calm that has been waiting, patient and unchanging, beneath every worry, every memory, every plan. These teachings are not copied from the texts you already know. They are distilled from the heart of Buddhist understanding, compassion, impermanence, and inner peace. Spoken in a way that helps your body soften, your thoughts slow, and your being surrender to rest. So as you listen, don't try to remember, analyze, or believe. Just listen as you would to the sound of rain, each word a drop of peace falling gently into your awareness. This is your invitation to fall asleep, not by escaping the world, but by returning home to it. To the quiet mind, the restful heart, and the boundless stillness that has always been yours. 1. The teaching of weightlessness. The Buddha once said, "To carry anger is like grasping a burning coal, but what if what you're carrying isn't anger? It's simply everything. The endless small weights, unfinished tasks, conversations that echo, the tension in your shoulders that you forgot to put down." Weightlessness begins when we recognize the invisible burdens we've agreed to bear. Buddhism teaches that we suffer not because life is heavy, but because we insist on holding it. As you breathe now, imagine that each breath out is a letting go, not a forced release, but a quiet return. You don't have to fix what's incomplete. You don't have to understand every outcome. You can simply allow the moment to carry itself. In Buddhist psychology, the concept of upadana means clinging, the grasping of mind that creates suffering. Even our desire to sleep well can become a subtle form of clinging. The more we try to fall asleep, the further sleep runs from us. So the teaching of weightlessness invites you to release even the desire to rest. Simply rest in the desire itself. Watch it, smile at it, and let it float. Soon the thoughts that once felt solid will become clouds. The stories will thin, the body will soften, not because you forced it to, but because you remembered. You were never meant to hold the world. The world holds you. And in that realization, you begin to fall, not into sleep, but into peace. 2. The teaching of gentle awareness. The second teaching comes from the subtle art of seeing without effort. In Buddhism, awareness is not concentration. It is not a laser beam that pierces thought. It is the sky that welcomes every passing cloud. When the Buddha spoke of mindfulness, he did not mean control, he meant friendship. The gentle awareness that notices a thought without judging it, that watches a worry rise and fall like a wave. To practice gentle awareness before sleep, you do not need to count breaths or repeat mantras. You simply become curious about the sensations that are already here. The soft pressure of the bed beneath you, the rhythm of your inhale, the faint hum of life still moving, even in the night. Each of these is a gate to awakening, not the awakening of monks, but the awakening of the weary heart. When your mind begins to wander, and it will, do not chase it. Whisper to it as a kind friend would, "You may rest now." Awareness is not something you must earn. It is what remains when you stop trying. As you listen, your body remembers the oldest rhythm, the rhythm of the universe breathing through you. In this quiet awareness, even sleep becomes sacred. For when awareness holds you gently, there is nothing left to fear, nothing left to do. Only the silence that watches, the peace that listens, and the stillness that breathes through every dream. 3. The teaching of still time. There is a place the mind can never find, yet it's always here, the space between moments, what I call still time. In Buddhism, time is seen not as a line but as a circle of arising and passing. Every breath is a beginning and an ending. Every sound is born, fades, and is gone. But beneath that movement, there is something unmoving, a quiet witness that does not age, does not rush, and does not measure. Most of us live in restless time. We live in when I finish this, when I solve that, when I sleep, when I wake. The mind is always leaning forward, never resting where it stands. But still time invites us to stop leaning. It invites us to notice that this moment, this breath, this heartbeat, this simple being is already complete. As you listen, notice the texture of time itself, how the seconds lengthen when you become aware, how even the thought of tomorrow begins to dissolve into the vastness of now. In deep Buddhist practice, this is called tathata, suchness, the way things simply are before the mind touches them. When you rest in suchness, nothing is missing and nothing needs to change. This is the doorway to sleep that does not come from exhaustion, but from harmony. You do not fall asleep because the day ends. You fall asleep because the river of time returns to its still source. And in that stillness, you are no longer the watcher of moments. You become the moment itself. Sleep, in its truest sense, is not the absence of awareness, but the fullness of presence so complete that even the idea of "I am resting" disappears. In still time, there is no past to repair, no future to chase, no self to manage. There is only the soft unfolding of being. So as the body slows and the mind loosens its grip, remember, you do not need to enter still time. You only need to stop leaving it. 4. The teaching of compassionate shadows. In the soft glow before sleep, when thoughts slow but do not vanish, the shadows often begin to speak. They speak in the voice of regret, of self-doubt, of the things we wish had gone differently. Many people try to silence these shadows, to push them away, to hide from them under the blanket of distraction or fatigue. But the Buddha taught something radical, that compassion, true compassion, begins not with light, but with the willingness to face the dark with gentleness. The teaching of compassionate shadows reminds us that even our discomforts, our mistakes, our unspoken sadness, all are worthy of kindness. The mind often believes that only the pure deserves peace. But Buddhism whispers something softer. Peace is not a reward. It is a home that welcomes every traveler, even the wounded ones. As you prepare to rest, notice what feelings rise quietly when the world becomes still. Perhaps a memory appears. Perhaps an old wound you thought was long healed. Perhaps the small ache of loneliness that lingers after the day has ended. Do not run. Do not resist. Instead, imagine sitting beside these shadows as if they were tired friends. In Buddhist practice, this is called metta, or loving kindness. But here, it is not a chant, it is a listening. You say inwardly, May you be at ease. May you find rest. May you be free from fear. And you say it not to others first, but to the quiet ache inside you. The Buddha once compared the mind to a garden. Each thought, each memory, each emotion is a seed. Some seeds bloom easily, others take years of rain and darkness before they break open. The shadow within you is not your enemy. It is a seed waiting for warmth. When you meet it with tenderness instead of rejection, it begins to dissolve into wisdom. This is how the restless heart learns to sleep. Not by fighting what arises, but by embracing it so completely that even sorrow becomes a teacher. If you listen closely, you may sense a shift, a subtle softening. The self-critical thoughts lose their edge. The guilt becomes lighter, almost transparent. This is the alchemy of compassion, transforming pain into peace without force, without judgment, without haste. There is a Zen saying, "The obstacle is the path." When you welcome your shadows, they no longer block your way, they light it. They lead you inward, toward the quiet truth that you were never broken, only unfolding. As you breathe, allow this truth to rest deep within you. You do not need to earn forgiveness. You do not need to become someone else to deserve rest. You can rest right here, exactly as you are, surrounded by every imperfection, every fear, every forgotten dream. Even the Buddha had shadows. He sat beneath the Bodhi tree not to destroy them, but to understand them. And when dawn finally came, enlightenment was not a flash of light, but a recognition that darkness and light are not opposites. They are companions sharing the same sky. So tonight, as you drift towards sleep, imagine your shadows resting beside you, no longer heavy, no longer sharp. Let them breathe, let them soften, let them rest too. For when all parts of you are held with compassion, there is nothing left outside of peace. And in that peace, sleep does not come. It arrives naturally, like a friend who knows the way home in the dark. 5. The teaching of emptiness as comfort. There is a word in Buddhism that many misunderstand, shunyata, or emptiness. To some it sounds cold, like the absence of meaning. But in truth, emptiness is not nothingness. It is the vast space in which everything can exist freely. It is the openness that allows life to breathe. When the Buddha spoke of emptiness, he was not describing a void to be feared, but a freedom to be found. It is the freedom from tightness, from the mind's endless grasping, from the heart's demand to hold everything in place. Think of the night sky. Its darkness is not lifeless. It is what makes the stars visible. Emptiness, too, is what allows joy and peace to shine. As you lie here listening, notice how your thoughts rise and fall. Notice how even your emotions have space around them. How sadness, joy, or uncertainty appear and fade like gentle ripples in a still pond. That space around them, that quiet awareness that watches, that is emptiness. In Buddhist insight, this emptiness is compassion itself, because it does not cling. It allows every experience to come and go without fear, and in that allowing, you find rest. Most suffering comes from contraction, from trying to make something last, or from resisting what wants to change. But everything in life moves: breath, seasons, relationships, even the cells of your body. When you see that this movement is natural, you begin to let go of your struggle against it. The comfort of emptiness lies in knowing that you do not have to control what arises. You are not required to hold the world together. You are not even required to understand it. In meditation, there's a practice called resting in the gap. It means allowing the small pauses between breaths, between thoughts, between moments of effort to simply be. These gaps are not nothing. They are peace revealing itself. Emptiness whispers, "You are not your thoughts. You are not your worries. You are the space that holds them all." When you begin to trust that space, you begin to feel light. The noise of the mind loses its authority. The past softens, the future fades, and what remains is presence, pure, silent, and endlessly kind. You may begin to sense a paradox, that the less you hold on, the more supported you feel. The less you define yourself, the more you discover your true nature, open, tender, and vast. The great Zen master Dogen once wrote, "To study the self is to forget the self. To forget the self is to be enlightened by all things." In forgetting the self, you merge with life as it is, unguarded, flowing, whole. And so, as you rest now, let yourself dissolve into this gentle emptiness, not disappearing but expanding. Be like the sky, wide, quiet, and unafraid of clouds. Feel how everything you thought you needed to be begins to fade into something larger, something peaceful, something infinitely present. This is not the emptiness of loss, but the emptiness of freedom. It is the comfort of not needing to be anyone at all. It is the soundless embrace of all things. And as your awareness settles into this open space, you'll feel it. A calm so deep that even sleep itself feels like a continuation of peace, not a pause from life, but its softest form of being. 6. The teaching of returning home. Every journey in the Dharma ends where it began, in the quiet heart that has been waiting patiently all along. This is the teaching of returning home. In Buddhist understanding, the home we seek is not a physical place, nor a time in the past when things seemed simpler. It is a quality of presence, a deep belonging to this very moment. Most of life's suffering comes from the illusion of exile, the feeling that we must go somewhere, become someone, achieve something to feel whole again. But as the Buddha taught, the path does not lead to peace. It reveals that peace was never gone. When you return home, you remember that you were never separate from the breath breathing itself, from the earth supporting you, from the sky that receives your thoughts. Everything you have been chasing, the sense of completion, of safety, of rest, is already here, quietly pulsing in every heartbeat. So as you listen now, allow the mind to set down its journey. Let it stop searching for meaning or progress. Let it rest in the truth that this silence, this softness, this simple being is enough. In Zen, there is a saying, "Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water." The surface of life does not change, but the way you meet it does. When you return home, the smallest act, the breath entering your lungs, the warmth of the blanket around you, becomes sacred. The teaching of returning home is an invitation to stop trying to escape yourself. The mind often imagines peace as somewhere else, after the next success, after forgiveness, after sleep. But home is not a reward, it is your nature. It has never been lost, only overlooked. When you rest deeply, you are not escaping life, you are rejoining it. You are remembering that you belong to the same stillness that moves the stars. to the same silence that holds the ocean's rhythm, to the same awareness that holds your dreams. As you settle deeper, imagine this. Your thoughts are travelers who have been walking all day through wind and noise. They arrive now at a small house by a river. The door is open. The fire is gentle. They step inside and take off their shoes. They do not need to explain where they've been. They are home. That is what this moment is. A homecoming for the restless mind. A place where nothing must be solved, where nothing must be fixed. Only the quiet acceptance that you are already enough. In the teachings of the Buddha, there is the idea of nirvana, often mistaken as an end, a disappearance. But nirvana simply means the extinguishing of the flame of grasping. When the fire of craving burns out, what remains is not nothingness, but coolness, serenity, the gentle air of freedom. This is what it means to return home, to stop burning for what is not here, and to feel the cool air of what is, to stop running and to let the earth beneath you hold your full weight. Notice how your breath feels different now, not forced, not managed, just naturally flowing like water finding its level. This is what the body does when it remembers where it belongs. This is what the mind does when it stops fighting itself. You have walked through the teachings of letting go, of gentle awareness, of still time, of compassion, of emptiness. And now all those paths meet here in this quiet simplicity. The journey was never about reaching somewhere higher, but about seeing what was always beneath your feet. As your awareness begins to fade towards sleep, do not cling to these words. Let them dissolve like mist in morning light. For even teachings are only rafts. Once you cross the river, you leave them behind. And so, tonight, as your breath softens and your body begins to rest, remember this simple truth. You are already home. You have always been home. The sky within you is vast enough for every dream, every memory, every silence. Let the night cradle you. Let the world continue its quiet turning. And let your final thought before sleep be one of gratitude, not for what you've learned, but for what you've remembered. That peace was never far away. It was you waiting here all along.